Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Erik and today we are watching episode 13 of season 4 of The Legend of Korra. The very last episode of this entire freaking series. So, before we get started and talk about the episode, I just want to say thank you, a huge thank you to everyone who has joined me on this journey. If you were only here for Avatar, then thank you. I'll see you some other time in case you decide to return. I have other things planned that hopefully you'll stick around. I really hope that, because I have other things planned. Like next we're starting Gravity Falls. That's going to be really exciting, I think, because it's mystery, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun adventure, I think. I hope at least. That's the general idea I get from it. I also, of course, have movies coming. Might be something that interests you. I don't know. I hope so. But yeah, huge thank you to everyone who has decided to join me on this journey. And I do really hope that you decide to stick around. I will try to make it worth your while to the best of my ability. Anyways, let's discuss this episode or this show, what I expect and what I hope. Here's the big thing. Like, I was going to talk about this at the end of the previous episode, but I decided it would be better to do it in this video and made more sense in my head, at least. Because here's the thing. What I want, what I hope for, I want a fan service moment. I want the moment where, like, it's dire straits for the Avatar, for Korra in this case. She's down, it looks like there is no chance, and, like, then she opens her eyes, like the Avatar music swells, she opens her eyes in Avatar states and proceeds to wreck house.
You are the Avatar.
Like, I want that moment because it just freaking gets to me so hard. That's just, oh, it feels so good when that happens. That moment when the bad guy realizes that, holy, I messed up. And then they just like, they try to escape in panic. Kind of like when, it wasn't the same, but kind of like what happened with Sahir and his goons when they were poisoning Korra. Like, Sahir was, he was mostly like strategically retreating from Korra. But basically, like, it's basically you pissed off functionally a demigod. And she's coming for you hard. And I love that feeling. Because, like, when you're deep in the Avatar states, it's like you're such an unstoppable force. And I hope I get that moment. But I'm getting to be very concerned that I won't. Partly because it doesn't feel like Korra or that Kuvira is that sort of enemy, you know? It's not like a roided up Osai powered up by Sozin's Comet. It's not like Unalaq or Vatu with the like huge amount of bending power. Kuvira is a more refined enemy, and like a knockdown, drag out fight of brute force it's not her way, kinda. I mean, it kinda is with this giant. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's that, and there's also the cooperation thing, because that was the main feature. That's how we defeated Sahir. The bad guy was alone, as like the bad guy almost always stands alone, if not at the beginning, then at the end, while the good guys triumph and come together. That was like the theme. That's how we defeated Sahir. Like one person's bending was not enough. It took the whole village, so to speak. Like when they were trying to topple the giant in the previous episode. Like Korra contributed the most individually when trying to push it over with wind. But it would not have worked if it weren't for everyone joining hands and like trying to push it. And that, I don't know, I feel like, because that wasn't the case previously. Like with Aang, it was him against Osai. Like it was more mano a mano previously. Like it was Korra and Mako against Amon. It was very much Korra against Unalaq, but then in season 3 it was more like the group, all the good guys coming together to fight the bad guy. I don't know, maybe it's more that now, that one person, one individual is not enough. It needs to be like more democratic, I guess. Which is like more in tune with the rest of the series as a whole. Because that's been like overarching theme of this entire series in a way. Some, like, Unalaq is an exception, but in general, it's been charismatic strongmen, or in Kuvira's case, strong women. Like the type of leader who's like, only I can fix this. Like, which is kind of what the Avatar is, which is kind of what Aang was like. You are destined to do this, you know? And like, it's moving away from that into a more like will of the people, more democratic in the way of story. Because Amon questioned that hardcore. And he questioned the bending ruling class. And as a result, instead, they had democratic elections and President Raiko was elected. And same with like Unalaq. He wanted to unilaterally decide what was best for everyone. Like, it's, I don't know. It feels like that's what this series is saying as a whole. Like, when you take it all in, it's like, it's not just up to you. It's up to what society decides. And that kind of makes me concerned for what this final showdown is going to be. Anyways, I think it's time to get into it and find out what the final showdown actually will be. We have some work to do. We have to take care of this big friggin' robot. Everyone had, like, most people had a moment to shine. Who hasn't had a moment to shine? Mako hasn't really had a moment to shine. Bolin did, Lin did, Sue did, Milo did, Iki did. I don't think really Jinora did. But like the Airbenders as a whole has that, like, it's the power of community, you know, about them. We'll see. Asami definitely had a moment. I don't know. I'm expecting something special from Mako in this episode because he's like the only one who hasn't really had a moment yet. And Korra, of course. Anyways, if you want to see this uncut, then check out the Patreon. Link is in the description down below. On the Patreon, I also like way ahead. I can't be ahead in this show because it's over, but I should be like 16, 17, somewhere around there, and almost up to 20 episodes into Gravity Falls at this point. I don't know how long those seasons are, so I think it's 2 seasons. Yeah, I know it's 2 seasons. I might be on season 2 by now. I don't know how many episodes there are per season. Anyways, with that, I think it's time to get into the season finale of, or series finale of The Legend of Korra.
Fire. Air. Water.
Now, the last time we get to hear Shiro Shinobi. I'm looking forward to it.
The public city is a war zone. While Prince Wu led the remaining citizens to safety, Team Avatar...
Oh yeah, there was that too.
...giant mech, but no amount of bending
pretty
could bring
impressive.
it down. Is victory within reach for our heroes?
The last stand. What now, Metal Man? What now, Kuvira?
Mako, Bolin, get to the engine and see if you can power this thing down. I'm going after Kuvira.
Are you sure? When you fought
Okay.
Kuvira before.
I know. She
Yeah.
almost destroyed me.
But it's completely different now. Last time she was plagued by doubt. Holy moly, that's a big power source. Bolin!
Going for that level.
My man! Bolin has learned from Gazan. That's the thing he used. Yeah, go Lin. I've been consistently impressed with the choreography in this show.
Nice work.
The outside may be platinum, but we can do a lot of damage in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's no malfunction. I can feel someone metal bending inside the arm.
Yeah, it's sabotage. Haha. Get wrecked. Are they still in there? Or are they in the shoulder? They're still in there. Are you guys okay? Hello. I don't like this small area though. You're wrecking your own robot, Kuvira. Haha, nice tackle.
There's gotta be some other way to shut down power from here. Come on.
No, don't. Just wreck things. Maybe it will self-detonate in that case.
With them too much, they explode.
Yeah, that's the thing. What? No, dude.
Out of here. I have an idea. Want to fill me in? I'm gonna.
This is concerning.
I can handle it. No, you can't.
It's gonna blow him.
This is the time to prove how awesome you are. I already know how awesome you
I
are.
wanted Mako to shine. I don't want him to sacrifice himself.
For the record, I do not approve.
Me neither.
I love you. I love you too. Now go.
This is concerning. I don't know about this, Mako. And the music as well makes me think that... When that discharge, like if that thing blows up, then he's boned. Nice. Good one. Nice. Slow motion. Mako. Oh, Bolin. You didn't listen. Of course you didn't. This thing is gonna explode hardcore. Like, will there even be a Republic City? Oh no, it was very centralized. Yeah, in that case, that's fine. I guess it imploded. You guys okay?
You're gonna call off your army and surrender to President Raiko. Then you would.
Goodness sakes, woman. Realize when you're beaten.
Come and get me!
What's she doing now? Oh. Is it taking energy from the spirit wilds it's in? I think that's it, right? Yeah?
Shut it down!
And those roots are connected to everything.
I can't! Ah!
Gosh darn idiot. Yeah. This kind of moment is what I wanted. Holy moly. Are you guys okay? That's gorgeous animation, by the way. What the heck? What's going on?
A new spirit portal.
Oh.
Spread out and find Kuvira.
Korra is just frequently fundamentally altering the world.
Tenzin, there's no sign of her. Keep looking.
She's in the middle. She's probably inside the spirit world because, like, where she was, that's like the nexus. That's like where it all happened. Yeah, they're inside the spirit world. Oh, for goodness sakes.
All the energy from your weapon tore open a new portal and blasted us in here.
Yeah.
Why would you save my life? After everything I did to you?
Cause she's a gosh darn hero.
We're both fierce and determined to succeed, sometimes without
Yeah.
thinking things through.
Yeah, definitely.
Sue turned her back on the Earth Kingdom. You were gone. I had to do something.
I think I get it now.
You don't understand anything about...
You don't have... We have to do something, you know.
The Avatar is adored by millions. I was cast aside by my own parents like...
Oh, she just wanted to be loved. That's what this whole thing was about.
I may not have been an orphan, but believe me, I understand what it feels like to be afraid.
Oh yes, she's intimately familiar with that. And all of this could have been avoided if Kuvira just like talked to someone, been honest and open.
You're okay!
Yes, stand down. No, Kuvira's done.
I'll accept whatever punishment the world sees fit.
Yeah, you deserve a hefty punishment.
Sorry for all the anguish I've caused you and your family.
Oh, they'll get over it. It wasn't that bad. No one's dead or permanently injured.
Love did bloom. So that is why, dearest friends and family, we gather today to celebrate the
Oh,
wondrous
Bolin is
and at times
officiating.
inexplicable bond,
It's very inexplicable.
impossible to tame.
No.
But Varric and Julie have proven that even the longest of long shots can have a chance at happiness.
Yeah, hey, dude.
Thank you, Mr. Pub.
Oh, you look so handsome.
Will you promise to treat her not as your assistant, but as your honored and cherished partner? And also scrub his calluses on a bi-weekly basis, which isn't really that much to ask. Okay, I'm not
No.
reading all this.
Thank you. Why weren't their vows the same?
Do the thing.
Yes, do the thing. Yes. Oh. Don't start, dude. You're gonna get me started. Oh. That's a better look for him, actually. Oh, the emo boy. Oh.
My cousin told me how level-headed you were during the whole evacuation.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Or should I say King Wu?
Wow,
Ready to get back to
Korra
Ba
looks
Sing
good.
Se and finally take the throne?
Yeah, about that.
Yes, come on, please.
Getting rid of the monarchy altogether.
Thank you. I was hoping for this.
I'm afraid of responsibility.
The United States of Earth, man.
That's actually pretty wise and mature of you.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think he would have been a fine king. Like, he's changed enough.
I want you to know, I'll follow you into battle no matter how crazy things get.
Yeah.
I've got your back, and I always will.
I like what their friendship has turned into.
Korra,
Yeah,
you
it's
transformed
crazy.
the world more in a few years than most
Yeah.
avatars did during their lifetimes.
Can you
But I feel
please
like
calm
I've only just begun.
Can you please calm down now, Korra? Stop fundamentally altering how the world functions.
A bit of a bumpy ride, huh?
You could really
Realize
say that.
life is one big bumpy ride.
Oh, Tenzin. I'm gonna miss these characters so much.
I finally understand why I had to go through all that.
Yeah, you had to learn
I needed to understand.
temperance.
Excuse me, Tenzin. Varric is looking for you.
Oh my.
About wanting to borrow a
Asami.
glider suit to fly off the tower?
That doesn't
Looking
seem like a
nice.
good idea.
No.
You don't need to apologize for anything. I'm just so happy you're here now. I don't think I could have handled losing you and my father in the same day. Honestly, after everything that's happened the past few months, I could use a vacation.
Who couldn't?
I've always wanted to see what the spirit world's like.
Sounds perfect.
Am I imagining things? I'm not, right? No, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm not imagining. Ooh, they're a couple. Okay, that was episode 13 of season 4 of The Legend of Korra, the very freaking end. And I wasn't imagining, right? No, I like the way they were talking while sitting there on the steps. That did not sound like two friends talking, not even best friends talking. That sounded like a couple. And then holding hands and facing each other right at the end there. Come on. Yeah, that has to be what they're saying there. That has to be what they're saying, even though they're not explicitly saying it, you know. That makes me want, was there a lot of fuss about this when this came out? Because I don't know, but I don't think same-sex relationships were really a big thing on TV. Like, it's very recent that we have things. I haven't watched it, but I'm assuming that it features it, like Bridgerton. Like, it's a lot more openness. I don't know when the L word was, but yeah, I would love to know if there was a lot of fuss about this when this happened, because a lot of people, especially in America, get really up in arms about sexuality. As for me, I don't really care. Like, as long as it's between people who care for each other, then do whatever the heck you want. You're not hurting anyone else. And if it makes you upset, then get over it. Basically. Because we see this sort of thing, like, still a lot of like I've seen recently that there was a lot of fuss for conservatives, shall we say, in the US when they announced Sesame Street was going to have what was it, a Latino, a Mexican, I think, puppet. No, it was a Korean, a South Korean puppet, and there was a lot of fuss about that. And they're complaining that like you're preaching ideology to kids, but like kids don't see it that way. For kids, it's more like kids like it becomes more like when you hit teenage years, it becomes different. But like prior to that, like say 6, 7, 8, or like 6, 7, somewhere around there, you're like, I have 2 daddies. Oh, I have a mommy and a daddy. Okay, and then that's it. You're done. Like they put no more real thought into it. They don't really care, you know. But I'm imagining that there was quite a fuss about this when this came out from insecure people who want to force their worldview on others. Anyways, I kind of got a little of what I wanted here. Like the desperate moment where Korra steps in and displays power that should be beyond her. That sort of desperation move that works out. Kind of like what Aang did, both when he was in the ball against Osai when he first entered Avatar mode, and then Avatar state, and then later when he did the energy bending to take it away. Like it's a sort of final gambit, and it worked out, and it was pretty awesome actually. It's not fully what I wanted, but as I suspected, it wasn't that kind of opponent. It's really good though. And this episode and the series as a whole has consistently impressed me with the quality of animation, the choreography of fights, and like the art style. Like the backgrounds have been fantastic. I thought I've loved the backgrounds. Like maybe they were not super technically awesome or something. I don't know like what words to use there, but the style of them really, really worked for me. I love seeing Varric and Julie tie the knot. Oh, and Julie dipping Varric. Very appropriate. We could go into the vow thing. I don't really get it. But whatever, I'll let it slide. Or actually, like, they didn't have the same vows. And then there was the thing that was added on there for Julie. That makes me think that Varric wrote Julie's vows and Julie wrote Varric's vows. But if that's the case, then the thing that Bolin said sounded like something that, I don't know, you should write your own vows in that case. Varric should write the thing for Varric and Julie should write the thing for Julie. But it felt like the other way around. And I don't know if that's the, or maybe I don't know, maybe Varric got hold of it and made some edits or something. I don't freaking know. As a whole, I would say this series has really impressed me with the themes that it has addressed. Many of the things that I've been like concerned about was addressed in season 1 with regards to like inequality between benders and non-benders, how it felt like there was very much a bending ruling class that lorded over the normal people who didn't have bending. Because, you know, like in many ways, the Avatar is the ultimate authority. Because the Avatar has no political affiliation, mostly, and just like goes around doing what the Avatar deems best, maintaining the balance. And it's like a force unto itself, judge, jury, and executioner. And the Avatar is the most powerful bender alive, so it lends credence to like the bending ruling class idea. And of course it would make, like, the people we run into are powerful people, like the rulers of the water tribes, the Fire Lord, and so on. And all of these people are benders. The Dai Li who ruled Ba Sing Se in The Last Airbender, and they were all earthbenders, for instance. Like, and it makes sense because we, of course, are going to deal with people who are powerful. Because, like we are powerful people and we need to deal with powerful people. And it wouldn't make sense for them to not be benders. We also have Boomy, for instance, in The Last Airbender, who was king of Omashu, and he was the most powerful earthbender there. So like it tracks, like kinda at least, that there is a bending ruling class, and that was very well addressed in season 1. What was sad was that what happened to them? Like what happened with the equalists? I mean, I guess they got change in the fact that they had democratic elections, and Raiko is not a bender, as far as I'm aware. At least he has never shown any bending. So I mean, they changed stuff, but they just kind of vanished. Maybe they just gave up when they realized that Amon was a fraud. And I really enjoyed Korra and her transformation, like her journey throughout the series. She was very much like, she wanted so much to be the Avatar, but she wasn't ready. She thought she was ready. That's the reason for so many like conflicts in seasons 1 and 2, and to some extent 3. Like this idea that she had that like, I'm the Avatar. Like so much of her identity was wrapped up around that ever since she was, I don't know how young she was. She was like probably 2 or 3, or like 3 years old maybe, at the very, very start of the series, when she revealed herself the first time we saw her, and when the 3 wise men showed up, I guess. And like, that's been her entire personality. I am the Avatar. And then in season 1 and 2 especially, you have people saying like, hold on, you're not ready, you know? And that's the only thing she wants to be, she wants to do. Yeah, it was I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. Because there was so much of her trying to convince herself, lying to herself, and then when other people like Tenzin and Mako in season 2 and early season 2, they're like, wait, you're not ready. Like, you hold up a second. It's like, but if I'm not the Avatar, then what am I? I'm nothing without that. It's like her whole identity. And then we had this season where she was like questioning that so hardcore, and yeah, she's going to be a great Avatar. But at the same time, simultaneously, because like, that's the central issue, like the central theme of this series is, should there be an Avatar? And Korra's just like, but if I'm not there, then what am I? You know? And I thought that was really compelling. So, that was The Legend of Korra. I had a great time. I'm really thankful to all of you who decided to join me. By this point, there should basically be no one left in the video. Everyone has left by now. But if you're still here, thank you very, very much. It's been a privilege to have you join me. And next up is Gravity Falls. I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope you decide to join me for it. So with that, I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, do take care of yourselves and peace out.